Justin the Diabetic here. I'm doing this video from my office. I have about 15 minutes before I get started on work, so I figured I'd throw this video together for you guys. So, as I said last week in my kind of relaxed in the hammock video, I am in the process of getting the Omnipod 5. I have already started on my Dexcom G6. I am currently using that with my Medtronic 770G, and basically I'm just the brains between the two. I suspend the pump if my blood sugar starts to drop, which it's disconnected at the moment because one, I need to do a site change, and two, my blood glucose is around 68, 70. So I'm kind of letting it suspend. I do have my breakfast over here. I'm going to eat that in a minute after I get through with this video. But I'm going to kind of talk about the main reasons why I'm excited to go back to a tubeless insulin pump. A couple of just things that to me has me really excited to go ahead and get started on the new Dexcom 5, or not the Dexcom 5, the Omnipod 5, sorry, and go back tubeless. Just a disclaimer, when I was first diagnosed, I did manual injections for a little over a year, twice a day, and then I got approved for an insulin pump, and I did start with the Omnipod second generation with the light blue PDM and the original size pods, and then the third generation came out with the black PDM and the, I believe, 30% smaller pods. So I do have experience with the Omnipod. I did really enjoy the system. A lot of the reasons why I'm excited to go back are the reasons why we chose the Omnipod at first. So let's kind of dive into that. So first, the order of business, I wear this elastic pump band to sleep with at night. I'm gonna be excited to get rid of this. I do enjoy it. I've had this one since I've been on a Medtronic pump for about 7 years. It's very durable. I wash it every few months. And I mean, it still works. It has multiple pockets. I just slip my pump in and any extra tubing I might have and just use it either up on my chest if my sensor was on my arms, or lower around my waist if my sensor was on the lower aspect of my body. So I'm excited for this. My life is very miserable if I forget this anywhere, and say I'm traveling or anything like that. Extremely miserable because then I'm trying to sleep with my pump. I like to keep it on my front side of my body, in the middle of my chest, or in the middle of my waist, about where your pants would button if I'm sleeping with it at night. So the next thing that makes me really excited to go tubeless, if you haven't done research on the Omnipod, the pod comes in a package with a syringe, and the syringe you use to fill your insulin vial, or you remove insulin from your vial and then you inject it in the pod. That's all you really have to carry around, is maybe a pack or two of extra pods just to keep them in your bag. They honestly, I think, take up less space than all of this stuff that I'm about to show you that I have to carry around for my Medtronic pump. So I have to carry around my Mio Advance, or my Mio, sorry, this is not the advanced version. I have to carry around my Mio. I have to carry around a reservoir. Most of the time if I'm traveling, I have the elastic band. I have to keep the little keepers, so if I disconnect my pump to shower, I have several of these in all of my overnight bags. I have to use that, and then you have to deal with the tubing, the constantly catching it on chairs, doorknobs, cabinets. All of those things are pretty much the main reason at why I'm excited to get away from it. You won't have to deal with this tubing connecting your body with your pump. You just will have a little bit bigger of an item on your arm that's about 3 times the size of my Dexcom, and you just deal with that. And that, to me, is not as bad. Now, I had to learn where to keep the Omnipod at on my body, to where it stayed on mostly, and that was on my arm. So I'm going to start experimenting with placing my Dexcom in other areas. I did try the leg last week, and it did pretty good. I didn't have I didn't have a lot of good luck keeping it adhered, so it did fall off a few days early. But I did get some patches to put over the Dexcom and the Omnipod for future use if I need to do anything like that with them. So please disregard, I am putting on my new infusion set, but so I don't get distracted and forget about it. But those are a few of the reasons at why I'm excited to go back tubeless. Anyway, next thing, so with the Dexcom, if I'm traveling and I need to keep a extra sensor with me, they come nice packaged in the box. The box is a little bit longer than my iPhone 12 Pro. It is a little thick, but it's not that big in size. Comparing it to the Medtronic Certer, it's about twice as big. It has the Dexcom Certer and a sensor in there. So to me, this is not that much to carry. If you're already wearing a Dexcom, the transmitter is good for 90 days, I believe. So you can just take that one off and change it. I do have my trial Dexcom here, so you can kind of see, I'll let that focus, what inserts into the body, and it does go at a little bit of an angle. So once you take off your Dexcom, this bends out of the way or breaks off, and then you just pull the transmitter out. So this transmitter is good for 90 days, which I didn't really know that I still had this. I thought I threw it away, or I'd have been using it before I started this other one. But anyway, long story short, this is all you have to do with the Dexcom. There's no recharging. There is a 2-hour warm-up period when you start a new one, but literally the transmitter and what's in this box is what you have to use, which I feel like with the Certer is a little wasteful, but it's nice that it's all ready to go and it's simple to insert and get started. Then you just pop on the transmitter. So I do kind of like that, but you don't have to tote around your Medtronic tape, the sensor that Medtronic has, the charger for the transmitter, the inserter, all this extra stuff. That's another reason I'm excited. I'm gonna slim down what I have to carry, which honestly, in my everyday bag, I'll have, as I get some extras, a sensor at my work, and then I have my inventory at home, and then I'll try to keep one in my car when I get to that point. And then the transmitter will typically always be with you, so that won't be that big of a deal. And then I'll have 2 or 3 extra pods in all of those locations once I start to get pods in. And then I won't have to carry around all that extra stuff in my bag. It should be everywhere that I need to go. So that's kind of my excitement behind going back tubeless. It's funny that every morning that I take a shower and I disconnect my current Medtronic pump, I think of, oh, I don't have to do that when I get the Omnipod again. And it's just little things that make me excited. So I was just going to share that information with you guys. Hopefully, I can, get my Omnipod shipped when you see this video, the end of the week or the beginning of next week, to where next week's video will be the unboxing and me kind of setting it up, so I can start sharing that information with you guys, because there's not that many detailed videos about users' experience with the Omnipod. So I hope to get that started for you guys in the next week or so. So if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week.